Hey everyone, just give me 1 second. Just setting up the camera. All right, I will be checking out the comment section. And let me know if you can hear me. That'd be awesome. Just gonna test the sound. Great. Okay, cool. Hey Ford, how's it going? All right, so I just decided to do this. I'm doing some work on an electric bike. It's a nice day out, so my garage is not freezing cold. And Ariel Rider just sent out the replacement forks on the Ariel Rider X Class. From my understanding, there might have been some safety concerns. And so they sent out forks to, I believe, everyone. And they also sent out a new front headlight because the old one attaches differently, I believe. I don't know, we'll see. I haven't dug much into this. I have not replaced the rear shock. Not sure if I will. The rear shock is just, it's okay. It doesn't provide like a substantial amount of absorbing things, but I do know there's several people who have replaced them. So first on the list is to get the front tire here off. And alrighty, so let's see what size these are. And I also just wanted to do this because I thought it would be fun. If anyone has any questions about any e-bikes, they can ask me. I've really been enjoying the X Class. It really is. And Ariel Rider is only making this bike better. They have now a short seat, and as well as the long seat, obviously. And so it's good to have the option because then you can have a rear rack with, gives you some storage space. For us, I really like having the long seat just because we often have a passenger riding. So got the front tire off. Just use a socket set to do that. And I've taken put a few electric bikes together. Yeah. I'll move you down quick. So I don't actually we'll see how this comes apart. It shouldn't be any different from what I've done before, but it's just a very unique type of fork. So I have to get my tools out here. And so we had some really cold weather here in Wisconsin, so we've been really struggling with that. And now this week today was like hit 50, which was really nice, and it's going to be 60s. So we'll definitely be out on the e-bikes and hopefully go mountain biking later this week. And also, I need to get ready so I studded tires for our Rad Power Bikes Rad Wagon. I'll put studded tires on that bike. I have some pogies, which are basically bar mitts that I'll be doing a video on kind of winter riding and what we do. Not sure how much we'll do this year. Just kind of hoping to do a review on a fat tire electric bike. Not sure if that's going to be happening, so we'll see. Just going to move this bag out of the way. I'm also hoping that this is the week that I can do my X-Class accessories video. When I get some of these electric bikes, I like to kind of outfit them with accessories and then share it with everyone. Here in Maryland, it's like 40 degrees. Yeah, that's tough. I feel ya. There's a bunch of days recently where it was like 30 and then felt like it was in the 20s, which wasn't very nice. So what I'm going to try to do is get these handlebars off and hopefully set them to the side somewhere so they're not in the way. Am I going to put winter tires on the Limited? Not sure. I haven't. Our Rad Wagon is kind of the bike that we've taken out in the winter, and I bought studded tires for it last year. And that's our oldest electric bike, and it's kind of taken a beating, so I don't mind riding it in the snow and getting salt on it because I can kind of clean it up and it's not a big deal. Since it's so much older, that bike has over, I think we're getting close to 4,000 miles now. And so, I don't know, we'll see how much winter riding we get. Kind of the Limited is kind of our nicer e-bike, so I don't know how much I want to take that in the salt. I would be okay with snow. Different tires on for the X-Class. Good question. I was actually looking at some really cool 20-inch by 4-inch tires from Mongoose on Amazon last night, and they're like $37 each, and they're definitely more mountain bike style tires, big knobs on them. What I'd like to do is really put on some studded tires on this bike. That would be a lot of fun. I want to have a winter fat tire bike for sure, and I just don't know. This bike is so nice that I just don't know if I want to kind of make it this bike, especially since I use it on throttle so much. And if you're on snow and soft, you're going to be burning through the battery even more, so not sure. The rubber plug for the Limited, no, I don't. I did not receive it, and I haven't asked them about it. It's not a huge deal. Some of those, what bike was I looking at recently? I think it was a Core 5 I put together that had that rubber thing, and it's kind of a pain to get in. I mean, it definitely helps, I guess. But the problem is, it doesn't have a cutout in it, so you're basically, I feel like you'd have to reroute or like redo the cabling and everything. So, I don't know. Not a high priority item, I guess. All right, so. What's really cool is how fast would you say the X-Class is flooring it on the flats? What did I say, 26, 27? I think I found in the video. Yeah, around there. And that's using the GPS, my GPS app to kind of confirm the speed. So I think one of the, probably the front suspension on the X-Class was something I was most disappointed with. I wouldn't even say disappointed, because for $1,500, this bike is really an incredible value. But it's cool that they, realized that there was a safety concern or whatever reason, and went ahead and replaced it. I guess I have to take off the front fender as well. I'm getting an X-Class. It's shipping soon. Awesome. What color did you get? Electric XP coming soon. Using that over in winter over the limited. That's probably a good call. I really want to test out the electric XP. I keep telling family members that it's a good e-bike for the price, and I mean I kind of selfishly want to test it out. Alrighty. Yeah, nice. Blue X Class. So let's see, you're getting, with the new X Class, you're getting, obviously you'll have this suspension fork already installed, and the, what else was there? The kickstand will have been moved, and you have the black sway bars, and what else did they change? Oh, I think you get a nice, a better rear light. I think I saw that on Ariel Rider's Instagram. Not that this one's bad. I was actually pretty surprised at this one, but I think they went with a different, or maybe an upgraded like model from the company wherever they source those. So that's really cool. They just look a lot nicer. So yeah, you should you'll have to check out my video on all of the accessories for the X Class. Might be some good ideas there for you. Cool. Let me know, Ford. Let me know what you end up doing for the suspension. I'll definitely add that to my list of recommended accessories. I don't think I'm going to switch it out, but for people that do, it's always just good to know. So, I think this is very interesting because I think I still have to undo these bolts here on the top. And then this piece can probably come off, and I wonder if I'm going to have to do that on the other one. Yeah, so on Halloween, we happen to have 4 e-bikes in our garage right now. And so me and my brother and his family, we all went to a nearby neighborhood and all rode together, which was really fun. Had some music going, helmets with lights, all of our other lights, and it was a blast. How's the Rad Wagon going? Actually, I think my so that's actually my brother's, and I think if he's still here, he could probably answer that for you. It's a nice bike. I think the biggest consideration is that Rad doesn't have the unfortunately doesn't have the tubes, so if you get a flat, you're kind of stuck. I think they will be able to remedy it. I mean, they have a lot of funding to make things happen, so it's just right now the supply chain for bikes just generally is crazy, and what can you do? I mean, I'm sure they're doing their best. They want to have happy customers. Yeah, and the running boards, which is a little bit of a bummer. So my brother has 2 kids, and he kind of bought that bike so that his kids can ride with him. Fortunately, he has the towie, which he can pull his kids up hills. This is really interesting. I guess maybe I should have looked more into how this all. I thought that undoing this bolt here would allow this to come off, but, and I guess I can look at the newer one and see if I see anything different, learn anything from it. Maybe I should have spent some time on the Facebook group. Here's the new fork. They have the same kind of system where these bolts are here, and then it's going to go up. Oh, is there another? No? Interesting. Okay, I guess I'll just keep trying. Rear shock on the X Class? I'm trying to think. I think that might have been one of the things they were changing, actually. I could be wrong on it. You might have a different one than I have here. But I don't know if it's better, but maybe it's just different. Well, I guess I'll just take off down here and see what happens. Like I said, these forks are very unique, shall we say. So I don't know for a fact, but I think I read it once that Ariel Rider, there's some safety concern of with the front forks, and that's why they decided to send them out to everyone. I personally never had issues, and I mean, what I'm most excited, I'm hoping that the new one is slightly improved, so we'll see. And again, if anyone else has questions, let me know. I'm just doing some bike work and thought I would do a live stream just for fun. I'll be tracking Black Friday deals if anyone's going to or is in the market for an e-bike. I'm going to be checking out all the brands and try to stay on top of that. And I have a post on my website, ebikeescape.com. Otherwise, if you just join my email list, I think I'm going to do an email to the email list. If I can ever figure out how this comes undone. Just seems like these don't want to move very much. Oh, there we go. I think I'm making progress. Yeah, I agree, Ford. And that's, it's one of the reasons that I really like Ariel Rider and some of the other brands is I mean, they very well could have just ignored the problem and for a company that's selling, value priced electric bikes, it's a big deal for them to ship all these parts out. So I completely agree with you that it was probably costly and I'm sure it wasn't fun for them, but the X Class, I just don't see any other moped style electric bike that even touches it for value perspective. So, and I imagine, taking care of their customers now is going to serve them well into next year. So I got this fork is kind of coming loose, or it was. But what I need to get off is this, and then hopefully I can pull the whole fork through. But I don't know if I need a hammer to try to get this loose. I guess I don't have, let's see. I was anticipating that this would be a pretty quick process. There we go. Take a hammer to it, I guess. I thought about filming this separately. But I didn't really feel like editing it, and it sounded like it would be fun to have a chat with everyone. Okay. So on a regular bike, I think I would be done with this already. Okay, so this was the challenge, getting this piece off. So I probably won't keep this fork for any reason. I don't see the point really. And I should be able to get this cone off. And this one was on top of it, so I have to keep that in mind. Doesn't help that my hands are a bit cold. All right, so then these spacers off. And at some point, let's see. So I have to do the brakes still. That would be good. This is quite the project. Good luck getting it back on. Thank you. So now I'm taking off the front brake caliper. Again, these are hydraulic disc brakes, which you don't often see on $1,500 e-bikes, that's for sure. There are some other ones. I know the 700 series from Rad Wagon has hydraulic disc brakes. Okay. And I need to cut a zip tie. Let's see what I have for that. Yeah, the headlight too. The headlight, I think I understand how that goes on. We'll see. I might have to go inside and get some scissors. I don't have my snips out here to get this zip tie off. Yep. Okay. I will be back in 20 seconds. Normally I would use some snips to take this off, but I don't have them handy. There we go. So I hope this is helpful. If I imagine most people have already, to be honest, received their fork. And I'm going to have to undo the headlight connector, but you can see that the fork is now loose, which is great. I'm just trying to figure out what cables the front headlight attaches. I thought there would be a interesting. I really thought there would be a quick, unless I have the wrong cable, a quick release for the front headlight, but it's not. It goes through the frame. So that's going to be interesting because that'll be more of a pain to replace. I guess for now I'll just take off the old one and maybe I'll have to deal with that later. The new headlight did come with a cable though, so we'll see, I guess. Alright. So once I can get this stuff all off, the other thing is like the cable management I'm trying to figure out so I do it the same. Every time I put an e-bike together, I feel like I mess up the cables, or I could have done it better. we're gonna have the fork off here in a sec. There we go. All right, there's the old fork. Now, let's see. This headlight, that is just really surprising to me. Because so here's the new headlight. And it's got a connector. So unless there's a connector shoved up into the frame, I just don't see how you can. And this is where it would plug in. I mean, that almost doesn't even look, I guess it would be long enough. So this has to go straight to the controller. So I'm gonna have to pop out the, this is going to be a little bit more of a commitment than I had anticipated. I'm going to have to get into the controller and to put the new light in. And actually, yeah, it does look, I don't know. The mount is slightly different, but all right. Well, we'll get the fork somewhat on there, and then I might have to do some of the rest of this at a different time. Alrighty, so again, I think it's slightly annoying. You have to take all these bolts out and to put this on there through the hole. And then even then, I'm not going to tighten it up a ton because I'm a bit worried. I want to make sure all the cables are organized before I tighten anything up. All right, got to undo all of these here. I'm really curious to check it out. So I'll have to mention, assuming I get this all back together for my video on the X-Class accessories video, which hopefully I'll get done by the weekend. I'll have it posted. And I'll talk about the front suspension. This fork is so heavy. I mean, compared to a normal bike fork, obviously, but it's no wonder why some of these bikes just weigh a ton. Just no big deal when you have a crazy powerful motor. All right, so I'm gonna have to pop this. There's one more screw back here, just in case someone is looking to do the same. Alrighty. Okay, so now that should pop off. Okay, so this one's much easier. I'll show it here. Like this piece just comes off. And so that is far easier than the old one. And then you have all your spacers here. And I'm assuming, yeah, don't think there's another one that goes. Alrighty, and then this is gonna go up. And so what I'll be able to do, which is kind of nice, is I think I'll be able to get a bit of an, like, be able to leave that top part off, connect this all back up, and then perhaps be able to deal with the cables and everything after the fact. But I will need to figure out the spacers, so I think go. Oh no, I'll have to, actually I will have to put that back on, so I might just have to take that back off at some point. So I'm just trying to dry fit this to see what, make sure this is on there. And then this goes on. So I'm just not sure if then the spacers, if there's one spacer that should go on there first. Came with 3. So my assumption is that it will go like this. Oh, but I think I have to. Move the handlebars around first. So it's not like this is difficult. I think a lot of people are intimidated by putting together their bike. It just takes time, and if you take your time, it's not a big deal, and it's fun to learn, which is why I like doing it. If I can get this on. Okay, and then the spacers. And then the handlebars. And I'm not a bike mechanic, so do not take any of these, don't assume that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so it'll go on kind of like that. And yeah, the biggest thing is going to be that darn headlight. So I guess what I'll do is I'm thinking what I'll probably do is start doing that, get this fork temporarily on, and figure out alright, so I don't think that's going to go anywhere, but I will tighten it up. So the X-Class has this by the way, these mini wrenches, I know I talk about them in all my live streams, but they're so nice. This one is from Topic. The other one that I have is from Pro Bike Tool. Both really nice. Alright, so I've never even gone into the controller, but I'm going to have to. So I'll probably start that process here, and then maybe if it starts taking a long time, I'll stop it, but we'll see if I can move the camera around slightly. That's where the controller is. Yeah, if anyone else has any questions, let me know. I'm not sure how much longer I'll keep doing this because I wasn't thinking I was going to have to take apart the go on the controller. The only other controller that I've had to open is on the Limited when they updated some settings on it and sent out replacements. All right, I guess I'll crack this open and see what we've got. This is kind of the perfect, it's really nice having the bike stand, especially when I'm filming. It's from Park Tool, obviously. They are really expensive, but they are nice, and I don't think everyone needs them. They have a handlebar jack, make something, or you can like flip your bike upside down, which is kind of cool. In the past, I've just put down wood blocks and put the handlebars on it to work on my bike. But this makes it easier. And with this Park Tool stand, you can pretty much, I mean, this bike doesn't have a seat tube or traditional seat tube. And so being able to just mount this kind of wherever I wanted and knowing that the stand can handle, I think it's rated up to 100 pounds, so pretty much any electric bike will work. And there's the controller. Trick is, you take it out, but getting it back in. Actually, I think, oh man, they actually have the controller then mounted to the back plate there. Jeez. Okay. Well, you can still get access to the cables, which is nice. So the trick is finding the right cable and then threading it through the frame and then getting the new one in there. I hope the new headlight is better and not just a different okay, I'm gonna look at that cable that they sent with it and let's see. And then yeah, it is such a bummer that the old headlight was just routed straight through. So I know this is the headlight cable, or what I'm looking for. Just a matter of, this one's red and black. I would assume it's not that one. That's got to be the rear light, would be my guess, because it looks like it goes up, comes through the frame there. But where would the front light be? I know it's one of these cables that comes down through the frame. Seeing if I can feel what cable it is underneath here. kind of crazy how tight they can pack these. I don't think. Let's see if I can see it from underneath here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, so it's what I should have done is gone to the Ariel Rider Facebook group and asked someone what the cable looks like. I don't think it's that one. I don't think it's that one. We might have to do a part 2. Okay, more cables. Jeez. I know it should come up from the bottom here. And I know it's a plug, so I don't think it's these ones. It should look something like this. A little more challenging than I thought. I just can't seem to feel this cable anywhere for the headlight. Alright, well I'm going to snip the zip tie and maybe I'll be able to get a little bit more slack on it. Definitely going to have a lot of cable management to do after this is done with. Again, not sure how long I'll keep doing the live stream just because this is taking a little bit longer than I had anticipated. But here's the headlight, and I should be able to see. Just crazy with these, you know, when they route all the cables through the frame and everything. Alright, we got some more comments here. Let's see. Alright, well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a post on the Ariel Rider Facebook group and just see if anyone has any tips on, well, it could be this cable here. I just want to make sure, see that cable goes up though. There's only so many cables in here and I'm moving this one and I just don't feel the cable moving at all. Unless. can't imagine having to reroute this thing too. That's going to be fun. All right, I think I'm going to call it for now. At least I got the fork somewhat installed. And yeah, I guess maybe what I'll do is I'll figure out the cables and maybe have to do another live stream just showing how it all goes together and how I was able to route the cables and all those things. So unless anyone has any other questions, I'll end the stream, and hopefully we'll be back in business sometime this week. I'll have a new video this week. If you aren't already aware, I have my electric bike accessories list on my website ebikeescape.com, as well as my electric bike deals page, where I track electric bike deals for the brands that I follow. So thanks for watching this one, everyone. Hope you found it helpful. Hope I was able to answer some of your questions. And if you have any other things that I missed, be sure to leave a comment, and I will get back to it or try to answer it in the next video. We'll see you in the next one.